Our doctrinal source material is Field Manual 3-25.26, Map Reading and Land Navigation, and according to that field manual, the definition of a map is a graphic representation of a portion of the Earth's surface drawn to scale as seen from above. For this block of instruction, we'll be using the Table Rock, South Carolina map. It's also partially in North Carolina, and we'll be zooming in on individual parts of this map as our lesson continues. A map is a fragile piece of gear and should be cared for properly, especially in rainy conditions or any sort of moisture. This is the map case I personally use. It's clear on both sides, it's completely waterproof when it's sealed, and then you can have room for multiple maps, navigational aids, and the link to this product is in the previous slide. The thing about map scales to remember is that the second number of the ratio, when it's smaller, is a more zoomed in portion of the Earth's surface and gives you more detail. The larger the number shows you more geography but is less detailed. For overland travel, a topographic map is best, and it's distinguished by its use of contour lines which show elevation and the features of the Earth as you would be walking over them. The sheet map name is Table Rock, South Carolina, North Carolina, 2017. It can be found in the bottom right portion of the map and the top right portion of the map. This denotes the main geographical feature located on this map, being Table Rock. As noted previously, our map scale is 1 to 24,000, meaning that one unit of measure on the map is 24,000 of the same units of measure on the ground. It's located in the bottom center of our map, as shown here, 1 to 24,000. Circled in red here is the adjoining sheets diagram, and it shows you where Table Rock is and the map sheets surrounding Table Rock in case you have to go off map, either north, south, east, or west. At the top of this image you have the Declination Diagram. The star represents true north, which is a line that extends northward and intersects with the North Pole. GN is grid north, and that corresponds to the tan grid lines that are printed over a military map. Magnetic north is the direction your compass would point toward the magnetic core of the Earth, which is near the North Pole but not exactly on it. And then it shows over to the left of your declination diagram the difference that you need to convert from grid north to magnetic north or magnetic north to true north. And it shows a difference of 6 degrees between true north and magnetic north, and it shows a difference of 0 degrees from true north to grid north, and it's just a very small sliver of space between grid north and true north on this map of Table Rock. Now on the bottom half you see where it shows your grid reference box, and that is the set of prefixes that you have to use for this particular area of the world, and that's because every map has its own special grid zone designation. In this case it's 17S, and then the 100,000 meter square ID is LU. That would place your grid coordinates, should you give someone your grid coordinates, directly on this map, and it targets this specific area of the world since the entire world is mapped with the military grid reference system. You have to put 17S LU in front of your 6, 8, or 10-digit grid coordinates in order for somebody else in another part of the world to reference the correct map that you are on. In the top right you see the grid coordinates for Pinnacle Mountain, which is on the Table Rock map. The prefix is 17S LU, and the 4-digit grid square is 4178. Back to the bottom center of our map we have the bar scales, and in this case we have kilometers, meters, miles, and feet here, and you can measure between 2 points on the map using a straight edge and then comparing it down here with these bar scales, and that converts map distance to ground distance. Just below the bar scales you can read contour interval 40 feet. This is the vertical distance between the brown contour lines on the map. This is for expressing elevation changes. For instance, every time you go to a new contour line on this map you're going up or down 40 feet. On the bottom right of the map we have our legend. On the Table Rock map it simply says road classification because it focuses on the different roads on the map. But on other maps it could denote things such as a little tiny image of a church, which would tell you where on the map the church is located. Symbols vary from map to map, but another example would be a small darkened square, which would represent a building on the map. The information we've just reviewed is called the marginal information on your map. If you want to use that large portion in the center with all the geography, you have to understand everything around the map to use that map effectively.